Hi everyone, this is Debbie Henderson from Debbie's Designs. Today I'm going to be showing you the July paper pumpkin kit called Picnic Paradise. And before I do that, I wanted to mention that during the month of July, starting July 11th to August 10th, we have a new 50% off for new subscribers. So I'll list the link to subscribe to my online paper pumpkin store at the end of my video. I would love to have you join me. So as I open my box, we have the soft suede stamping spot this time. Let me get a sheet of white cardstock so you can see the stamps. So we have a couple border-like stamps, thinking of you, enjoy, for you, thank you, and to and from. And then for the kit, we have these cute little picnic baskets, and it looks like 12 cards, and these are the 3x3 size. So let's go ahead and open up to see what's inside. The package is quite thick this month. There's a lot in here. So of course we have the direction sheet that has photos, the steps, and the little ruler on the bottom to measure any of your ribbon or twine. Glue dots. Now let's see if I can split this up here. Okay, so we have the envelopes. So there's 4 with apples on them, 4 with strawberries, and 4 with blueberries. We have some vellum, and let me see if I can put white under it so you can see. It's like a plaid design. Then we have all of the card bases for the 3x3 inch size cards. These are the bases for the little picnic baskets. And then we have tags, 2 sheets, banners, a lot of die cuts this month. Little leaves, the blueberry, and here is it's like a tissue-like paper that's going to go inside the baskets. Isn't that cool? It's the gingham. And we have, this would be the granny apple green. I'm not sure if this is Poppy Parade or Real Red. I think it's Real Red. It would say on the directions. And then the blueberry bushel. How neat is that? Now, as anal as I am, I probably would iron the crease out of that. Strawberries, apples. Here's some little tags. Or actually, no, you know what these are? These are the little handles that go in the picnic basket. They're little strips. Here's something else. I'm not sure what that is yet. And then another sheet of the vellum gingham paper. We do have the white twine, the mini dimensionals, some brads, and that's it. So let me move all of this stuff aside and we'll go ahead and create one of each project. I'll be right back. So I'm going to bring in my large ink pad, which is the soft suede, just like the kit. I'm going to go ahead and do one of the picnic baskets first. So you need one of these, one of the handles. I'm going to take out the little things in the holes. And then we're going to need 2 of the strips. So we're going to go ahead and fold all of these on the score lines. So you got 4 flaps that make up the basket. And then the handle is going to line up. You line up the little holes. So it's going, whoops. These are stickers, just the strip is a sticker. So that's going to go right there. And then that's going to line up me see if I can let me get my silicone sheet. That way you guys can see what I'm doing. And it won't stick to my paper. Okay, so this has little score lines right here. It's going to fold like that. So you're actually going to, and maybe it's easier if I turn it upside down. That way I can see where the score lines are. You're going to press that in place. And then we're going to bring another one in. But first, I think I'm going to fold this like so. So see how it looks like a little strawberry crate? So there's side number 1, and it actually goes on to side, I moved that over just a tad too much. It should butt up against the score line. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to do the same thing with this one. So we're going to line up the 2 holes and then bring this over for the handle. Now I'm going to go ahead and press that on the score lines. Let's see if I can do it this way so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I press that one in place. And then we're going to do side number 2 and side number 3. So this is very well planned out. All the score lines are all there, the little holes you line up. So that's how you create the basket. Now you can also bring in the shorter stickers if you want to cover up that seam. Those go on the front on each of the short sides. And that's pretty neat because it does cover up the seam so it looks like it's one continuous piece. Okay, now the next step would be to bring in the brads. I'm going to use my paper piercer, and we're going to use a brad on each handle, on each side of the handle. Now, even though there's 3 colors for the basket with the tags and the little gingham paper, I'm still going to just make 1 because I do have to make alternative projects for the teams that I belong to. Okay, so let's do the blueberry bushel. I'm going to bring in the tag and then one of the little tissue sheets, and those fit right inside. I guess I don't need to iron these because you kind of have to scrunch them up anyway. Isn't that cute? Okay, I'm not gonna fuss anymore with that. So that is really cute. Now let's work on the tag. We're going to need the ink and the to and the from stamp. That goes right there. Then we're gonna bring in the twine. Now let me see if I can find the end. I can't find my end. There it is. Thread that through, and then all you do is tie it to the handle. And I'm just going to make a little bow. This is so adorable. You could actually put treats in this. You could put a gift. Okay, my twine kind of unraveled there for me. There we go. So let me bring in my scissors. Okay, so there's the picnic basket. Now we'll work on the 3 different cards. Okay, so I've dug out the 3 envelopes. We're going to need 3 card bases. And then we need an apple die cut, 2 strawberry die cuts, 3 blueberry die cuts. There's a little piece there in the center that we need to remove. So for you guys that haven't tried paper pumpkin yet, I have a lot of subscribers. I call them my subscribers team. I would love it if you joined up with us. I send out a monthly newsletter that has all of the directions to my alternative projects. And then I also belong to a blog hop that we hop once a month with alternative projects. I also belong to the Paper Pumpkin Gurus team where we create bonus project sheets for everyone. Those are emailed. So there's a lot that goes on with me as far as being your Paper Pumpkin leader. Okay, so all 3 cards are going to use the vellum layer. And I'm just going to use snail to put those on. And of course you would use the glue dots that came with your kit. You know what, before I do that, I just noticed it was hard to see on the cards. There's stitching around all of the cards. So let's dig out 1 card at a time. And there is a little stitched stamp image. We're going to go all around 4 sides of the card base. And then we're going to glue the vellum in place. Now for the first card, I'm going to do the strawberry. Actually, I changed my mind. Let me do the apple first. So we're going to go ahead and glue stamping dimensionals on the back of the apple. I have a lot of ideas running in my head right now for alternative projects. First thing we're going to do before we glue that though is add the twine around the whole card front. Especially the little baskets. I think they can be used for so many different things. They are just so adorable. Okay, there's my twine. Now I can add my apple. And then we need to add one of the little green leaves. And those are stickers, so you can just tuck that in and press it down. Oh, actually, I put it upside down. Let me see if I can take it off and redo it. There we go. It should have been facing up this way. That makes more sense, doesn't it? Okay, now we need to bring in one of the little rectangular banners and then one with the little V's on the end. Okay, I'm going to bring in my silicone sheet just so I can see where I'm stamping. So the banner for the apple has the enjoy sentiment. And the other one has the image with all the little lines on it. And we're actually going to glue to the bottom of this banner. Oh, and it looks like they cut it a little bit 'cause it's not as long on the photo. So let's just cut up to the lines. center that. And then I can't tell if they added stamping dimensionals, but you know me, I like height on my cards. So I am going to add, and I'm not reading the directions, I'm just going by the visual, which is what I usually do. And then the banner goes right here on top of the apple. So there's card number 1. Adorable. Okay, let's move on to card number 2, and I'm going to do the one with the blueberries. And then we also need a banner and a rectangular banner again. And this one is also trimmed. And then they use the thank you on this one. So let me grab that. Okay, now I've got the thank you. I grabbed the wrong one. So there's the 2 banners. And again, we're going to glue this little piece, but this one's going to go on the top. And then we need to add the stitched lines again. And that really does change the look of a card by just adding these cute little stitch lines. I guess one tip would be to start this way going, because you don't want to stamp over the score line if you start in the opposite direction. Okay, one more. And then the vellum layer. And of course you guys would use the glue dots that were included in your kit. I'm just using snail to make it quicker for videoing purposes. And then we're going to glue the blueberries, and I am again going to use stamping dimensionals. So these would make a cute kit to bring camping if you guys are into camping. As usual, everything that you need is in the kit, even your adhesive. And the kits have just been outstanding lately. Okay, now my sentiment. You know, I forget to put my string. Let me see if I can squeeze that in there underneath. It'll just be a little bit lower than what's showing on the picture, but that's fine. I should say twine, not string. So let's straighten this out. Whoops. And now I'll add the sentiment. And then we're going to tuck a few of the leaves. We'll do one up here. And I'll add one down below. Okay, and that's your little blueberry card. Isn't that cute? So 2 down, 1 more to go. Let me start out with the stitching this time so I don't forget. Now this is going to be the one with the strawberries. Here in Maine, it has been strawberry season. I actually went picking strawberries a couple of weeks ago with a friend of mine. And in our garden, we grow our own blueberries and raspberries, and those should be ready in about 2 weeks. Okay, again, we're going to add the vellum. And And I will add my string right now before I do anything else. Twine. So I have a monthly gathering for Paper Pumpkin for all of my local girls, and we usually get together one night a month, and they all make their kits either the way the kit is designed, or some of them like to copy some of my alternative designs. So that's always fun. It's actually an easy class for me because I really don't need to do anything. They just show up with their kits and we socialize and have some treats and just stamp. Okay, there's that one. Now we're going to do the strawberry. I'm going to try, now the dimensionals are small enough so you can sneak them in between the little seed holes. And then once I'm done this, I'm going to show you guys some alternatives that I've done. Of course, I can't show them all because of the blog hop that I do. And then the bonus sheets that we do for the Paper Pumpkin Gurus, that's for our subscribers only. So if you became a subscriber of mine, you would receive a specialized newsletter each month with some of those projects. Okay, there's my strawberries. And this time we need the little rounded banner and then 2 of the rectangular ones. And it looks like those are cut down also. I think the reason for that is you can make them as long or as short as you want. Now this one has the thinking of you sentiment. And we're going to glue one on the bottom and one on the top, and then opposite corners. Whoops, that one's a little crooked. Now let me add stamping dimensionals. So as you can see, these cards don't take that long. I order a kit each month for my daughter and my granddaughter, and they actually make these together and they have a lot of fun with it. Okay, that's those. Now let's add some leaves. I'm going to add 2 on this one. And then we're going to sneak one in here for the other one. Okay, and that's your little strawberry. So these are the 3 cards. And once again, the little basket. So I made one of these just to show you guys how to assemble everything. And then I'm going to clear my counter and I'm going to show you some alternative projects that I've made. For my first alternative project, I created this card. I used the crumb cake card base. And then I used Whisper White for layer number 2 using the leaves embossing folder. And then I took one of the sheets with the blueberry die cuts, popped out 6 of them, and then just cut close along all 6 of the holes. I glued that in place using the little mini dimensionals. And then I just tucked some of the strawberries in, added the leaves, stamped the sentiment and tucked it in, and then added some twine around. So that made a really nice card, I think. Card number 2, I made a tall, skinny card. And again, I used crumb cake. This measures 7 inches by 7 1/4. And then I used a Whisper White layer, a layer of the tissue, And then I cut one of the card bases in half and used that for layers. Glued those in place with stamping dimensionals. So this one is already pre-printed. I've just cut that a little smaller than the crumb cake base. And I stamped a thank you. And then on this one I added a little strip of the napkin or the tissue paper. Added 2 of the apple die cuts with the leaves. And then I added some of our rhinestones, the red rhinestones that are new in the annual catalog. I also added one to each of the apples right there. So that's project number 2. My last one, and I do only have 3. As most of you know, I'm getting ready to go on the Alaska incentive trip on Friday. That's only 3 days away. I have a lot to do. I have a lot of die cuts left over, so I'll be doing more projects probably when I come back. Now, this is another picnic basket. What I've done is, let me see if I can find a blank one here. See how it's white on the other side? So I folded it to the white side this time. I still added the crumb cake stickers around because they're sticky on the white side, so I couldn't keep it all white. Added the brad, I added the 2 strawberries. And then this time I added 2 handles instead of 1, and I used the white side. Added the little sentiment up top. So you can do a different color. If you don't like the crumb cake around, but I think it offsets the white really nicely, you could always cut your own cardstock and do your own thing. So those are my 3 alternative projects. And then I'll bring in the basket that I made like the kit, along with the 3 little cards with the coordinating envelopes. So check back on my blog. I believe it's on the 27th. I'm participating in a Paper Pumpkin Thing blog hop. I have 2 projects for the blog hop. And then, as I mentioned again, if you're a subscriber of mine, you'll receive my monthly newsletter with 12 to 14 more projects, bonus projects. So if you want to sign up for the 50% promotion, I'll have the link to sign up in my Paper Pumpkin store at the end of my video. Thanks so much for coming to watch me today. I hope you have fun with your kit if you received one. And if not, make sure you sign up so you can get a kit next month. See you later.